Okay, hello students. So let us look at the solutions for some of the selected questions for your UT revision that I had given you. So starting off with this, if 2004, this is matrix, and xy is equal to 2n minus 8, find the values of x and y. You need to find x and y. So this is clearly a 2 by 2 matrix. This is a 2 by 1 matrix. So we perform normal multiplication, isn't it? So the first time it's first row, first column, isn't it? So we have to multiply first row with first column. I'll just show that. So first row, first column. Okay, so what do you get? You'll be getting 2 into x plus 0 into y. Okay, and then you'll have to do second row, first column. I'll just change the color. Second row, so you're marking green this time. Second row, first column, because you'll have only 2 rows in 1 column. So 0 into x plus 4 into y. That is equal to 2 and minus 8. So 2x plus 0 is 2x. And 0 into x is 0. 4 plus 4y, 4y is equal to 2 and minus 8. So obviously here you have to equate the corresponding coefficients. You get 2x is equal to 2, isn't it? Equate this with this and this with this, which gives you x is equal to 1. And 4y is equal to minus 8, as in y is equal to minus 8 upon 4, which is negative 2. Okay, let's move on. The next question is minus 3 is a root of the quadratic equation x square minus bx plus 3 is equal to 0. Find the value of p. Find the value of p. So if you look here, what do you mean by a root? Root or a solution. It's a solution. It satisfies the equation. Meaning, when I put x is equal to 3 in this equation, LHS has to be equal to, will become equal to RHS. So let's try out that. So in the place of x, let me put minus 3 square minus p into minus 3 plus 3 is equal to 0, which gives me minus 3 square is 9, minus into minus plus 3p plus 3 is equal to 0. So we add the constants. 9 plus 3 is 12 plus 3p is 0. Might as well shift your the constant term 12 to the other side. So it becomes 0 minus 12, which is minus 12. P is equal to minus 12 over 3, which is negative 4. Okay. So the answer is minus 4. Next. Question number 3. So a man deposits rupees 800 every month in a recurring deposit account for 6 months. So remember, in these type of problems, this is related to banking, you have to express the duration in terms of months. If it's given in years, multiply by 12 and you'll get the corresponding months. So now it's saying if he receives rupees 4,884 at the time of maturity, find the interest he earns. It's quite simple. So what's given is P. Okay, the amount that is deposited month on month. And n is already given in months, so it's 6, right? Then if it's given in years, sometimes they say 2 years or 3 years, and then you have to multiply by 12. Here it's given in months, so go with it. Okay, and if he receives 4,884 upon maturity, so what is this? It's nothing but the maturity value. So MV is rupees 4,884. Find the interest. So it's simple. So maturity value is nothing but the investment. That's what the person puts in plus the interest. So that's 4,884 is equal to the investment, which is n into p. Here n being 6, isn't it? Into interest, into 800, which is the amount deposited. That is, so this becomes his investment for 6 months. So upon the investment, he's going to get something additional. That's the interest. So, just take it up. So 4,884 is equal to 6 8s are 4,800 plus the interest. And this goes over to the other side. 4,884 minus 4,800 is the interest. You can also call it as I. It's all right. So you get what? The amount, the remnant amount is 84. Interest. That's his interest, rupees 84, we can say. So the interest he earns is 84 for 6 months. Question number 4. Leon deposits rupees 1,000 every month in an RD, that is recurring deposit account, for 2 years. So the duration is 2 years. So now you have to be careful. You have to multiply by 2, multiply by 12. Okay. Just be careful, because I have seen students who have taken n is equal to 2. And you get something incorrect. Remember that n should be in months. He receives rupees 26,000 upon maturity. So it's not the interest, it's interest plus the investment. That is, it's the maturity value. This 26,000 that's given in the question is the maturity value. So we have 2 things to find, and this is this is likely to qualify a 3-marker or for a 4-marker sum. So this would be like this. So they'll ask you something like total interest that he earns. Okay, we can calculate that, and then it's the rate of interest. So clearly, let's put in all the data that we have. So wait, let me just erase this. Yeah. So what is P? It's rupees 1,000, and T, not T, sorry, N, the time is 2 years, which means I need to multiply it by 12, and I get 24. So N is 24, and the maturity value is given as 26,000 rupees. So it's simple, isn't it? Maturity value is equal to N into P plus interest. I call it as I. So let's try to tackle part A, because we want just the interest first. So 26,000 is equal to 24 into 1,000 plus I. So 24 into 1,000 is 24,000. So 26,000 is equal to 24,000 plus I. And this I is nothing but what? 26,000 minus 24,000. So I is rupees 2,000. Okay. And the rate of interest. So we need to calculate this. So now we can use the formula. I is equal to N into P. Okay. I'll just write it in the P into N plus 1 by 24 into R by 100. The shortcut, it's given as 2 into 12, but you can use this. Just remember these formulae. They are very important, because you'll be using, basically just have this formula and the MV is equal to NP plus I. I'll put that also in a box. Just these two are very important. You need to remember, because your whole problem or the solution revolves around, or the steps in arriving at the solution revolves around these two formulae. So I'll just take it out to the next page. So P is 1000 and N is 24. Just write it down. P is 1000, N is 24. And we just now found out I. What was that? Rupees 2000, isn't it? I is rupees 2000. And just go with the formula. P into N plus 1 into, 24 into R upon 100. I need to find out R, which is the only unknown in this case. So just plug in the values. I is 2000, P is 1000, and N is 24, and N plus 1 becomes 24 plus 1, which is 25. Denominator, you have 24 into R upon 100, isn't it? So let's cancel out whatever we can and make it clear. 24 and 24 will cancel. 2 zeros in the 100, and from 1000 to zeros. So 2000 is equal to, you have 110 into 25 into R. Denominator, you don't have anything. It's 1, so you can ignore it on the right hand side, isn't it? So 0, 1 this side, and 0, 1 goes that side. 200 is equal to 25 into R, or you just transpose it down. 200 upon 25 is equal to R, which is equal to 8, which is in R is expressed in, R is for 100, so it's expressed in terms of percentage, and it's 8%. Okay, these sums are pretty straightforward for banking. Moving on, let's go to the next one, which is okay, it says solve for x. It's a quadratic again, and it says give your answer up to 1 decimal place. Use tables if needed. We'll see if we really need tables. Okay, x squared plus 4x minus 8 is equal to 0. See, sometimes if they are factorizable, and even whether you factorize or whether you use Sridharacharya's formula, I mean the quadratic formula, you will get a proper integer or proper solution without involving any recurring decimal at times. Okay, so you might get a terminating decimal, but it may not be the case also, or when you have to find the square roots of some big numbers, okay, involving decimals, that's when your tables are handy, because you'll not be allowed to use calculators. Okay, so now let's solve. Let's go with the, and of course, one more hint is when they say up to 1 decimal place, up to 2 decimal places, it's evident that the answer might contain some decimal places, which means you will have to use tables. So factorization may not be may not be the suitable method. I won't say right, may not be plausible here. So we'll have to go with quadratic formula method. So let's compare it with our standard form, which is very important. So what's the standard form? The standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Isn't it? You need to have 0 on the right hand side. So a obviously is the coefficient of x squared, which is 1. B is equal to 4 and c is equal to -8. So the first and foremost, you need to calculate d, which is b squared minus 4ac, isn't it? So now when you get that, you get d is equal to 4 squared minus 4 into 1 into -8. So you get d is equal to 16, minus into minus plus, 8 4s are 32, and d is 48. Not a perfect square, of course. So root of d is equal to what? Root of 48. Now, I can write 48 as 16 into 3, isn't it? And you can always take the 16 outside as 4 and into root 3. See, actually speaking, I wouldn't be needing tables here, because I know very well that root 3 value 1.732. Root 3 and root 2 are values which we are kind of going to use, like pi. Pi is 3.14 or 22 upon 7, isn't it? So the nearest approximated value of root 3 is 1.732. Even if you go with your tables, you will get the same value. So yeah, now we have this groundwork in place. Now let's go to solve this. X is equal to minus b plus or minus root of d over 2a. So that's minus 4 plus or minus root of d. Root of d, we found out what's that? 4 root 3, isn't it? 4 root 3 over 2 into a. A is 1, of course. That's minus 4 plus or minus 4 root 3 upon 2. That's minus 4. I'll divide the 2 for both of them, plus or minus 4 root 3 upon 2, isn't it? So minus 2 plus or minus 2 into root 3. So I'll just, go to the next page. So what did we get? X is equal to minus 2 plus or minus 2 root 3. X is equal to minus 2 plus or minus 2 into, yeah, I have come up till here. Okay. So I can take out 2 common and I can say 1 plus or minus 1 plus or minus 1 root 3, isn't it? So now, like I told you, you can plug in the value for root 3, 1.732. So x would be 2 into, so you get 2 branches out here. So minus 1 plus 1.732 or 2 into, with using the negative sign, minus 1 minus 1.732. We'll see. 2 into, so we'll be getting 0.732 and yeah, you can see it, isn't it? 1.464. See, I actually did not use tables here, because I know the value of root 3. But if you are given some other value, root 8 or root something like that, and where you cannot get the answer immediately or you don't know, you'll have to look up for tables. Okay. So 1.464 and okay. So this is where we arrive. And here it is 2 into minus 2.732. Okay. So that will be minus 5.464. So if you're going to solve it up to 1 decimal place, this will be 1.4, or if you truncate, it will become 1.5. Okay. $1.5. See, it depends. So if you're going to take it up here itself, 1.732, if I ignore this, then I'll get 1.7 minus 1 is 0.7, 1.4. Okay, it's because if I'm going to consider 6.4 and then if I truncate it, I'll get 1.5. And here it is this. So if I truncate it, it becomes minus 5.4. See, if you're not rounding it off, it's 1.4. I'll just erase this, wait. You can just say 1.464. So if you truncate it, it becomes 1.5. It's 1.5. And here it is minus 5.5. So it's not significant figures up to, it's about decimal places. Okay. So moving on. 6th question. A is equal to 1324. B is equal to 1224. And C is equal to 4115. I is equal to 1001. Okay. Find A into B plus C minus 49. So we might as well find out this B plus C. Okay, what is B plus C? See, all are 2 by 2 matrices. So when you just add them, B plus C, what do you get? 4 plus 1, 5. Add the corresponding elements. 2 plus 1, 3. 2 plus 1, 3. 4 plus 5, 9. So what is A into B plus C? It will be A is 1324 into B plus C. We have found out what is B plus C, 5339. And now when you multiply, you'll get 5 into 1 plus 3 into 3. First row, first column. Then first row, second column, 3 into 1 plus 9 into 3, 27. Then 5 into 2, 10 plus 4 3s are 12. 2 3s are 6 plus 9 4s are 36. So, okay, I'll just write it here. 1430. Okay. And what's that? 1430. Then 22 and 42. Okay. Of course, that's my A into B plus C. Minus 14i, isn't it? So I was just doing step by step. A into B plus C minus 14i will be nothing but 1430, 22, 42, 14 into 1001. So that will be 14, 30, 22, 42 minus 14, 0, 0 and 14. Okay. So what's this? 14 minus 14 is 0. 30 minus 0 is 30. 22 minus 0 is 22. 42 minus 14 will be 42 minus 12 is 30 minus 2, 28. Okay. So this is what it is. And just be careful, especially in the quadratic that I was talking about earlier, when they say significant figures and when they say 3 significant figures or 2 significant figures, and when they say 3 decimal places or 2 decimal places. When they say 2 decimal places or 3 decimal places, clearly see after a decimal place. You can truncate it, you can round it off. Okay. For example, if it is 3.85, you can make it as 3.9. But if it is like say 3.83 and they ask you for one decimal place, it is still 3.8. You just have to be careful about these few things. Okay. And then moving on, see we have this sum. A bag contains 25 cards numbered 1 to 25. Okay. So it's like you have cards and each one of them you have put numbers. A card is drawn at random. What is the probability? What is the probability? So I told you probability is about chance, isn't it? That the number on the card is a multiple of 5 and B a perfect square and C a prime number. So there are 25 cards numbered 1 to 25. A card is drawn at random. What is the probability that the number on the card is a multiple of 5? See, not that I have to write all of it, but if I want to try to go with the first part, what are the multiples of 5? 5, 10, 15, 20 and 25. So what is n of my favorable? It is 5. Sample space, that is all the total cards that are there is count, that their count is 25. So what is the probability of multiple of 5? So probability of multiple of 5 is count of 5. How many multiples of 5 are there? 5, isn't it? 5 upon 25, which is 1 by 5. Okay. Then we'll go to the B part because favorable upon total, that is a buzzword in probability. Next is a perfect square. Perfect square. So if you go with a perfect square, let's list out the perfect squares. See, many often people don't think of one. One is a perfect square, then 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16, and 5 square is 25. So again, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So n of favorable, count of the favorable events is 5, and n of s will be, of course, 25 because there are 25 cards. So probability of perfect square will be count of favorable by count of total, which is equal to 1 upon 5. Okay. Next, moving on, we have got next is prime number. Prime number, let's see what are the prime numbers. Now, you know what's prime number, isn't it? You have only two factors. A prime number will have only two factors, which is okay. So we are done with the perfect square. Now it's come to prime numbers. 2, 3, 5, 7. I will just out the prime numbers. The prime numbers from 1 to 25 are, see, 1 is neither prime nor composite, isn't it? So 2 is the smallest prime and the only one prime. Then we have 3, then 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, and 23. You know what's a prime number? Only two factors. It will have 1 in itself. So n of favorable is 9. Probability of prime is 9 over 25. Favorable upon total. Okay. Okay, next question. Let's go with the next question, which is find the probability of getting a number divisible by 3 in throwing a dice. So, probability of getting a number divisible by 3. See, when you throw a dice, what are the possibilities? The sample space you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You have so the n of s will be 6, isn't it? Now, find the probability of getting a number divisible by 3. So that is which numbers are divisible by 3? 3 is divisible by 3. So the favorable events are 3. Then 6 is also divisible by 3. Isn't it? So n of favorable will be 2. Favorable 2 events are favorable to me. Isn't it? So probability of a number divisible by 3 is probability of number divisible by 3 will be what? It is favorable by total 2 by 6. How many favorable by the total, which is 1 upon 3. Of course, you have to simplify it. Okay. Okay. Next is, yeah. A letter of the word secondary. A letter of the word secondary is selected at random. Okay, is selected at, so it's selected at random. What is the probability? What is the probability? Okay. That the letter is selected is not a vowel. That the letter selected is not a vowel. So let's write down that the words secondary. Okay. So what are the vowels? E is a vowel, O is a vowel, and A is a vowel, isn't it? How many letters are there totally in this word? 1, 2, let's start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9, isn't it? So the sample space, the count of the total is 9. So what is favorable to me? There are 3 which are favorable. 1, 2, 3. No, I mean not favorable. So there are 3 vowels. Let us put it this way. There are 3 vowels. That means 6 non-vowels. That's what we want. A favorable event is not getting a vowel, isn't it? So n of s will be 6. Sorry, n of favorable will be 6. N of S is the total count, which is 9. N of favorable is 6. Because, so what is the favorable event here? S, C, N, D, R, Y. Is it? 6. Okay. And now if you find probability of not a vowel. So probability of not a vowel is N of F by N of S. So N of F will be 6 upon 9. 3 2s are 3 3s are. Okay. All right. We'll probably just do one quickly from matrices for the session and close. 2 into x7, 9, y minus 5, plus 6 minus 7, 4 and 5 is equal to 10, 7 and 22 and 15. So matrices, you have to find x and y. Find x and y. So when we multiply, we get 2x, 14, 9, 2. Of course, you have to multiply. This 2 is there. You have to multiply 2 by every element inside. Okay. So 2x and 14 and 18 and 2y minus 10. Because you're multiplying 2 by y and 2 by minus 5, you're going to get this. Okay. Plus 6, negative 7, 4 and 5. You're going to get 10, 7, 22 and 15. So the next thing is you have to solve 2x plus 6, 2x plus 6, 14 minus 7 is 7, 18 plus 4 is 22, and then you get 2y minus 5 is equal to 10, 7, 22 and 15. Equate the corresponding elements. So you get 2x plus 6 is 10 and 2y minus 5 is 15. Let's just do it here. So what's that? 2x plus 6 is equal to 10, which gives me 2x is 4, isn't it? And x is 2. And 2y minus 5 is 15. So 2y is 20 or y is 10. So it's straightforward here. Okay. I'll just take over the rest in the next session.